Buying the aircraft, asset definition, title, records, and delivery conditions. Hello, this is Forrest Owens. I'm an aviation lawyer, a private pilot, and an FAA licensed airframe and power plant mechanic. Now, let's begin with a point that sophisticated buyers and sellers sometimes learn too late. In a large turbine aircraft deal, the contract is not a receipt. It is a risk allocation system for a moving asset with a regulatory life. That matters because a large turbine aircraft is not only costly and expensive, it is a document intensive, maintenance sensitive, operationally regulated, and often financed across multiple parties. NBAA's Aircraft Transactions Guide captures that reality well when it emphasizes contract and title issues, title and lien searches, the purchase agreement, and the pre-purchase evaluation as core parts of the process. The first key term is the definition of the asset being sold. In a large cabin or super mid-sized transaction, aircraft must mean more than the airframe and engines. It should also address installed equipment, loose equipment, avionics, databases if transferable, logbooks, maintenance tracking data, manuals, program status, appliances, and the exact registration marks and serial numbers that tie the aircraft to the FAA record. Why so much emphasis on definition? Because 49 U.S.C. sections 44107 and 44108 make recordable interests and first priority central to the legal posture of the aircraft. And the Supreme Court in Philco Aviation versus Shackett made clear that undocumented or unrecorded transfers cannot be trusted against innocent third parties. In aircraft law, ambiguity is not merely inconvenient, it can be very expensive. The second key term is title and lien protection. The FAA explains that clear title means there is no unreleased chattel mortgage, security agreement, tax lien, artisan lien, or similar document on record against the aircraft. On a large turbine asset, that means a contract should not simply promise good title. It should require current title searches, payoff and release mechanics, escrow coordination, and document conditions that must be satisfied before closing funds are released. Here's a memorable point. The airplane may be delivered on the ramp, but the title is delivered on paper. The third key term is delivery condition. This is where many disputes begin. Parties often use broad phrases such as airworthy, in current certificate status, or as is where is, subject to inspection. Those phrases are not interchangeable, and using them carelessly is one of the fastest ways to buy litigation. Under 14 CFR Section 91.403, the owner or operator is primarily responsible for maintaining the aircraft in an airworthy condition. Under Sections 91.417, 43.9, and 43.11, maintenance and inspection records are not side material. They are part of the compliance story of the aircraft. FAA Advisory Circular 43-9C advises prospective purchasers that before you buy, require the owner to produce the maintenance records for examination and require correction of discrepancies found on the aircraft and, with emphasis, in the records. That guidance is practical because the records often tell you whether the aircraft is truly what the seller says it is. If the maintenance entries, inspection status, alteration history, and AD compliance picture do not line up, the contract should give the buyer a clear termination right, a discrepancy resolution mechanism, or a purchase price adjustment formula. A real-world illustration comes from Zuma Seguros versus WorldJet Delaware, where the court record reflects claims that the seller denied access to maintenance and logbooks, and that ownership and contract facts were disputed. You don't need to agree with either side's litigation theory to understand the drafting lesson. If the records are essential, the agreement should say so expressly. It should define access rights and state the consequences if that access is denied. The fourth key term is the pre-purchase inspection clause. In the large turbine world, this is not a courtesy visit. It's a controlled due diligence event. The clause should define location, scope, and who may perform the inspection. Who pays for baseline inspection versus discrepancy correction? What happens if the inspection expands? What findings permit rejection? And who controls return to service authority if the aircraft is opened up? Clients often focus on price first. It's equal, if not more important, to focus on inspection economics, second only to title. A poorly drafted pre-buy clause can convert a disciplined evaluation into a hostage negotiation at the service center. Fifth, the contract should address maintenance program enrollment and reserves. And this is an important point often missed or glossed over. On many turbine aircraft engine programs, APU programs, and parts programs, they're integral to the value of the aircraft. If the aircraft is on program, the agreement should state whether the account is current, whether enrollment can be assigned, whether bridging or true-up costs exist, and who bears those costs. If the aircraft is off program, that should be priced consciously, not discovered. Here is what I want you to remember. In large turbine contracting, the cheapest sentence is the one that allocates the next inspection before closing. In short, the first group of key contract terms is about legal identity, title integrity, records integrity, delivery condition, and inspection rights. If those are vague, the rest of the deal is built on optimism. If they're precise, the transaction starts on disciplined ground. I'd like you to take this away and remember this. In a large turbine aircraft deal, the first contract battle is won or lost before the engine even starts. Thank you for your interest in this topic. This information is provided for informational purposes only, and it should not be construed as legal advice. Questions are always welcome. Please direct those questions to admin@aviationlegalcounsel.com. We look forward to helping you navigate your aviation-related legal needs, and we look forward to answering your questions with precision.